All right, you should be on sound with me. Yep, everything's lit up, everything's on. We're gonna roll through our vertical insides and our arms trapped. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's my turn to do all the stuff. Yep, just roll it onto the left. Stage left. All right. We got Terry in. We got Kara in. Hey, Terry. Hey, Kara. We got sound. They can hear us. Looks like Teresa's here too, ready to rock and roll. Hey, Teresa. Glad you're here, Teresa, ready to rock and roll with us. Carrie's here from Navarre. What up, Team Navarre? Good to have you here, Carrie. We're going to rock and roll today. We're going to jump in and get started, guys. We're going to run out of time because it's on Monday. We're going to try to take the second half of this week. So I won't talk as much about our vertical inside work or our straight punch work today. We're just going to work through the materials so we actually get into the self-defense work for you guys tonight. This is week 3, class 2. So we ended week 3, class 1 on Monday. Didn't even get to our self-defense yet. So we got to make sure we get to that today so we're all on a good page. So let's get started. Come together and get loose. Good neck rolls first, getting loose. Remember, just half circles, Teresa. Gonna make a joke for Teresa. Actually, I was gonna make a joke with Teresa. No, I had her on my mind with that because it was the. I was gonna say, all this homeschooling stuff. All these parents are probably going crazy, and then I'm like, Teresa does that anyway. That's a normal thing. So she's like, huh, my world didn't change at all. I'm like, oh man. And shoulders back. Our kid kind of likes school, so it's a little different story too. Yikes! Yikes! I'd be sick every day, like across the body. You know the rule of thumb in our house. I get to wear the dunce cap as long as you take it off. Right? No, okay, it rolls. Other direction. Hey, Jay. I don't know if you're there or not, but I'm assuming you logged in. Hey, Pat. Good to see you, too. And good knee rolls. Other direction. And good ankle roll. Roll the ankle out. Switch ankles. They're not. We'll find out. It'll be fine. All right, here we go. Light jog in place, 15 seconds. Easy work. I saw your pictures. I'm sitting here in my dungeon. I saw your pictures. And knees up. On purpose. Gotta go, guys. Come on. And butt kicks. And shuffle line. Go. And back to our jog. Right in place. Quick and easy. 5 seconds left. High knees. Pick them up. Crank them up. Crank them up. No. Butt kicks. Oh. I feel like these are harder in place. And side shuffles. Time. Short tag. 10 seconds only. Ready. Go. Time. Knee tags. Go. Got it. For fake. Fake. Chin down. Oh yeah. Stand posture. It was a reach. It was a stretch. Time. Shoulders and knees. Ready? And go. Take a step forward. This range is doing a great job maintaining your yellow zone. Yeah. You shouldn't. That's my back. Right along my back. We'll get an instant replay later. It'll be fine. Time. Okay. Please make this way. So, moving into your combatives for the week. Your combatives are ballistic attacks we use to neutralize a threat. Tonight's combatives work through our straight punch work again and our round kick work again. And we're just going to pull the target right over and just build the mechanic real fast. So, how to roll it out. Just so I can roll it back in. So we've got our buddy here to hit on. Whatever you guys have at home is also acceptable. Okay. Teresa, grab your husband. Okay, punch him. Grab your child. Pick one. It'll be a good time. You know, Terry, grab Colton, punch him. So here's the idea. Now with your straight punch work, the main focus here is again understanding those two main principles when it comes to straight punch work. Number one, my punches are straight lines. I accomplish it by keeping my elbows down and moving forward with my hands, keeping my elbows down. I know with my front foot, I step. That's extremely important that I step with my front foot 6 inches. Back foot pushes, cover that ground. On my back foot, I rotate. Keep the chin down, keep the hands up, and follow the four R's to punching. Reach, rotation, retraction, and reset. So you can play through all the R's as we go through the mechanics. So hit the jab 5 times, the cross 5 times. You work it with me. Hands up ready, over slow. Step forward the body, jab, extend the hand, keep your chin down. Look where my other hand is, up by the face. Step back, jab, 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 jab. Now the cross. Cross, slow. Over that back foot, get the mechanic, bring it back. Cross. Again, notice where the other hand goes. Cross. Get that retraction now. Cross. 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 This is the idea. Now we're going to jab cross. Hit that front hand and hit that back hand. Step the front, rotate the back. By rotating the shoulders with my technique, I should get the same reach out of both hands to my target. Okay? That's right. So as one retracts, the other one has to go ahead and be, you're already leading with the other hand. What that does is cut down time. If I wait and I throw my hand, retract the hand, then throw the cross, okay, there's a lot of downtime to fill that they can then counter with. So we're going to throw the 1, 2, and they follow up one after the other. Ready? Jab cross. Go. 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 One more time. Go. Okay? That's the straight punch. We also worked this week on the round kick. The idea behind the round kick, again, is a 2-step process. Your front foot has to step and initiate the pivot for the kick. This takes you off the line. So if the punch comes to me, I'm actually bobbing and slipping against the punch. But it also allows my hips to begin the process of rotating over so I can make contact to the thigh, to the rib line, into the hip, inner thigh, wherever I'm going to be aiming to contact to. I get to make that motion, okay? And that first step sets me up so when I follow through, I get the follow through I want with the hips and the shoulders, okay? Let's go to the bag and work it. We'll go 5 times each leg. Hands up, ready, and round. Other side. Hands up, chin down. What's nice about this combination is these different combatives is how they actually string together, right? What's nice about this is how I can throw, jab, cross, and immediately follow up, right? or I can throw a cross, like a hook, and then fall up with the other leg. So I've got options that roll from here too. Just consider that as you're growing in your training and see kind of not just how the combats work independently, but then how they start to string together and work together too. So, all right, we're in good shape. Fantastic. So let's spend some time now. Let's go through our fatigue drill for the week. You guys can do it with us also. My turn, right? I'll do it. Yay! Right? So here's the idea. Coach Brittany's going to take us through the commands and the looks. I'm taking off my headset so you don't hear me huffing and puffing. Okay. All right, I'm back. I had to find the water. I couldn't grab it in time. So I say hey to Carla. What's up, Carla? All right. So we got to change modes real quick. Now we're going to get right into your tactic for the week. Again, I'm not going to get too crazy in it. The idea, again, if you need a more in-depth conversation of it, go back and watch Monday's class, okay? But the idea is that vertical inside defense against the straight punch. When the straight punch comes toward me, I use the corresponding hand to defend against that punch, okay? Vertical inside means my hand is vertical, elbow to fingertip, roughly chest top of the head. And the most important part of this is understanding that my distance management is key. So being able to really maximize that yellow zone is what allows me to work this defense. You will hear from several people that blocking doesn't work. Not true. Blocking does work. It will work one time. After that, your opponent will adjust and adapt. So your methods will not be the same the second go around. So this has to be quick, decisive, and act accordingly. So from the straight punch, when it comes toward me, I see it coming, I choose to engage. Advance the back foot, close the distance, okay? Remember to bring that hand to the center of my face. I don't want to bring it too far because then I over-rotate myself taking myself out of the game, she can counter, right? Likewise, I don't want to undershoot because I didn't block anything. Also, I want to make sure that I'm pushing forward. If I stay out and block, I didn't remove her body so she can follow up also and keep hitting me in the process. So I've got to make sure that this block is effective. It closes the distance and range. It shuts down what she has as an option and allows me the opportunity to counter effectively. Okay? So from the straight punch again, defend inside, get rid of it, right? So I can then counter as I want to. Same thing on the other hand, get rid of it so I can then counter how I want to. Okay? We're going to work that just 10 times. We'll go 20 times, 10 on each hand. Okay? Just go front and back, and notice how we both reset. This is important when you're working this at home because I don't want to get the habit of standing here and blocking like this. Okay? I've got to get the habit of forcing her to engage and then make it my choice to follow up on the counter. Okay? So set the yells in each time. We'll go 120. Here we go. My eyes are watching. Counting, are you counting? 5. Okay. I'm going to talk. You count. My eyes are watching the middle of her chest line, in between her chest and shoulders. This is important because it lets me read and see her momentum and her motion. What I don't want, no, it's me the whole time. All the way to 20. Keep going. Okay. I want to check that motion. You think I want my forearm speed up? Heck no. Okay. I want to check that motion and watch when I'm seeing that work. If I'm getting solid straight punches to the inside of my body, inside that box, then what I want to make sure happens is recognize, one, this person most likely has some form of training, right? Otherwise, you get these big, wide swinging hands. You get that tight inside throw. There's some kind of training. Maybe they watch one too many Power Ranger movies. I don't know. But the idea is because of that method, that straight line, how fast it is, that distance management, it's 99% of it. The block becomes secondary to my ability to manage that space in between, okay, and then fill it at the appropriate time. Let's shift modes. We'll get right into our knowledge domain again this week. Our knowledge domain this week is preventing vulnerability and accessibility through the use of barriers. This fits in with our post-conflict state our pre-conflict state that we talked about last week. Our pre-conflict state, we prevent vulnerability and accessibility through the use of barriers and being aware, right? Well, this gets a little further in this conversation. When we prevent vulnerability and accessibility, the idea here is you have to understand that, one, most criminals usually don't have an alternate plan, but rather an alternate victim. If you make yourself too inaccessible or you make it too difficult for you to be able to have access, for them to have access to get to you, thank you, then they're going to move on to somebody else. Okay, so here are the three. That's one option. Best option would be like locking your door, right? So a physical barrier, use the environment for protection, like locking your doors, locking your vehicles, locking your windows, close your garage doors, etc. Use a confident attitude as a visual barrier, proper body language, and the environment to be seen as a deterrent, having an assertive demeanor, looking alert, removing valuables from sight, closing window blinds, etc. There's a caveat to this, though. And this goes out to all my tech guys out there, right? And if you're like me, I got more straps and snaps and clips on any given day. Here's the guy I'm talking about, though. The guy you want to be really, really careful not to be. You walk into the Chili's and you take off your Smith & Wesson ball cap and you're starting to scan the entire space with the entire body range. And you look to the right and you look to the left and you stand very proud and you size up and you adjust your pants because you got way too much weight going on in the front of them, if you get what I'm saying. Okay? And then it was a firearm joke, not a... Okay, right? And you've seen these guys, and they've got like 7 knife clips going on, and they've got every armband you can think of, and those are the guys I try to avoid as well, because oftentimes those are the guys that could get you just as much in trouble as if they were trying to help you or not. So plus, I don't want to be that guy, because being that guy sets me up as a target. There's a much more chill way to look. It's very simple to walk in Chili's, take off my fishing hook hat, for my Wahoo's hat, look right and look left, and then take my family and go have a good dinner after this thing is over. You can't go in Chili's right now, but later. Okay, you get the idea. Okay, last part is situational. Be safety conscious. Be aware of your surroundings. Never put yourself in a position to compromise your safety, and always let someone know where you're going. Excellent. Cool. let's move on. Now we have time tonight for our self-defense. Our self-defense tonight is based off of the front side bear hug with the arms trapped. Again, I'm going to go off headset. I'm going to let Coach Brittany explain it to you guys and have the opportunity to work so I can grab her tonight through it and make it happen. Okay? Great job. No, you did great. I'll take it from here on that because there's a couple of things I do want to talk about with it. I just want to make sure that she get a chance to kind of work it. There's a couple different looks you want to make sure you follow them through with this, and these are all just those what if scenarios and just things to consider. As the grab comes in to me, watch your headset. So I took it off. They're very nice headsets. We don't want them broken. As the grab comes in to me and you drop the weight, we call this triangling. Notice how her back and her hips are laid almost parallel. If I just drop a little bit, then I don't have enough parallel body to stop momentum, especially if it's a charging individual, right? As she comes to charge at me, my weight has to drop and really catch and respond. This is important to get that initial start with the sprawl because 99% of the time, once they come in for that body grab, that's it. That's just, for me, a body grab, just from a technical standpoint, is almost like a last ditch go, right? They're driving to the floor from there. They want to pick you up. They could bail from the grab itself into the double leg pickup. So we really want to be mindful of that option that they have. So not just get the hips down and back, but make sure my legs are back far enough. Make sure I've initiated the start of the sprawl. That's important too. The next detail going into last week's work, you remember what I talked about with that tee off? As you step, don't just drop straight back. Make sure you're stepping out into the side control and initiating that tee off against your opponent, okay? The last thing to consider is not wasting an opportunity to strike. She wasn't telling you, but she was hitting me in all kinds of good places. Let's break those down also for you real quick too. So from the body grab comes in, sprawl that body out, get that weight. This is great. I've got the strikes to the ribs. I've got the groin tap. One of my personal favorites here is that shoulder, really driving that shoulder into the neck and face. As I come up into my underhook, don't just stay here, drop the body off. Offset it. You can then pull the body around, create all kinds of fun motion from here. You can be combative, you can be combative, you can be combative. Even moving the hand to the head can be a smack into control, right? So you have opportunity that you're not going to waste while you're working through the defense. So one more time, break through the function. We're here. The grab comes to you. Drop the weight, hips back. Groin, ribs, whatever's immediately available. Don't try to kick from there. Okay, you've got to keep the hips back in stay. Underhook and trap. Which side do you go to? Follow the path of least resistance. Just consider, if the head's on this side, this underhook sets up very nicely. If the head changes to the other side, okay, then I'm going to reverse my motion to the opposite way. Don't try to fight. Now, there may be a situation that calls you have to do to resist and fight the direction. But in any given situation, the path of least resistance is going to be our best bet on the game. So that's your front side bear hug with the arms trapped. Great job. Okay. Great job to you all tonight as well. Keep tuning in next week for week 4. And I'll see all the other two guys tomorrow for the second part of our Taikan work, and it'll be a good time. So come together and, good night, everyone. We'll see you later.